What's up, guys? It's Gaza. I want to talk about weapon. Like, I've already done a video on upgrading weapons, but it was really basic. This video is gonna be about how to basically build your dream weapon in Alienation. You can, like, weapon customization in this game is way deeper than I thought it went. So I'm gonna show you how to make the most of that now. But in order to do it, you're gonna need a few ingredients you're gonna need to gather, and it's gonna take you quite a while. I've already explained how collecting enough cores to max out your stuff is gonna take some time, and yeah, I'm hero level 189, and that's the game's been out like about a week and a half or a week and a few days, and I've been playing since day one, and I don't have enough cores to max out all of my guns, my weapons, but I have maxed out a couple. Like this is my primary weapon and it's maxed out, and if I had a different perk, this would be my dream weapon. Almost, you know, like if I had the boomerang perk instead of the lightning perk. One side note, I think some of the perks in the game aren't quite working properly at this point in time. This one, for instance, maybe I'm missing it, but when I melee the enemies, it doesn't seem to do anything. Lightning, like I was expecting, you know, lightning to come down or to come off of me onto the enemies, but nothing seems to happen, so maybe that's broken. But the boomerang one does work, I know that, and I'm pretty sure the melee and drop grenade works, and the shooting effect where you shoot an enemy and you get knocked down, all those perks seem to be working. So depending on what perk you like on your weapon, you're gonna first need to gather that ingredient, which is the gun, you know, the weapon itself, with the perk that you want, and then with as many slots in the chain as possible. The maximum, I believe, is 12. This one has 12. So your dream weapon's gonna be, you know, the weapon you want with the perk you want with the 12 slots. Once you've got that ingredient, you're also gonna need a lot of cores. Look, I mean, I got no damage cores left, and I've got one level 3 prismatic core and one level 2 prismatic core. That's, you know, that's nothing, and I haven't even upgraded all my weapons. So this game is gonna take a while to get the thing that you want. Even getting the drop's gonna take a while. But like any game, you know, when there's that weapon you really want, it's gonna take you some time. But that's kind of cool, because that's gonna be something to you know, go for once you've finished the campaign. Once you completed the game, you've still got stuff to do. So you're gonna get that, you're gonna get all of your cores, and then the last thing you're gonna need, if you look down the bottom of the screen there, the reroll materials. In the last video I said that I didn't really mess with the rerolling much. The game had only been out a few days, and you know, I was having so much fun with actually playing the game that messing with the weapons was the last thing on my mind. But now, after that beating I got from that PvP dude, I've focused on my weapons. You know, I've really focused on them, trying to get the most out of them and max them out, and I've learned some stuff. The reroll materials, so as you pick up weapons, if you don't want them, you can salvage them. In game, in the mission, you can do that by holding down L3. If you want to do it here, you just delete them. You just go to the weapon you don't want and delete it here, you know. Yeah, you press square to salvage, and then those are the pieces that you get. So because this is a legendary, you can see there we're getting 75 bits of legendary salvage, legendary material, and then I've got 5,000, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, because if we wanted to re-roll this gun, which I don't, because I like the sockets that it has, you can see there, to do the socket, to change the sockets, you need your legendary metal, which you get from broken down legendary weapons. The critical chance, if you want to change that, you need the rare guns, the purple ones. Clip size is the blue guns, and then fire rate is the common, the green ones. And then luckily, to change the damage, which you're going to do quite a lot, it's the basic, the white weapons, the common stuff, or stock it's called in this game. Common is green. So if you look at the top bar there, the blue damage bar, it says that currently this shotgun is kicking out 164 HP, with a possible maximum of 166. But then if you look at the sockets down the bottom, you can see that there is a number 4 socket, which could be upgraded to a number 6. So let's go and do that now. What we're going to do is, I've already taken one out of this SMG ready, and now let's swap out this number 4 for a number 6, and we'll see what that's done to the numbers. So you can see it's gone up to 167, and then the possible maximum has gone up from 166 to 169, thanks to the more powerful core in the slot down there. So what you're gonna want to do, this is one of the reasons I'm making this video, that hopefully you'll see first before you start upgrading your weapons, because I've made a lot of mistakes and I've wasted a lot of my resources because of it. Luckily with the cores, you can get the cores back. The two that you really want to be collecting are your legendaries and your stock, your white weapons, because they're the stats that you're going to be re-rolling the most. When you find the weapon that you want, the stats that you're going to be changing a lot are the sockets and the damage, because your fire rate and your clip size, you know, there's not going to be that much variation in it, and you know, it's just, from what I've found, they're the ones that I'm using the most. Damage, socket types, so that's stock and legendary, white and orange. But yeah, I'm just going to show you how it works. So let's say this is the weapon. It's just how we like it, which it obviously isn't, but let's say it is, and I want the 6 rockets instead of 5 in every clip. So what you would then do is just go to the stat, and then down the bottom press X to re-roll, and we're gonna use 60 of our uncommon metal, which is fine because I've got 40,000 of them, and we're just gonna do it until we get the 6 rockets. Boom, there we go, it took 2. So it's not always that, you know, don't always get that lucky, especially when this one's just from 3 to 6, so it's not gonna, as I said, you know, you're not gonna end up spending that many of your greens and your blues. You might spend a few of your purples, but it's all about the stock and the legendary, because the sockets, trying to get that perfect combination of sockets, you're just gonna be pressing X for quite a while, you know, like 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe longer. And then the damage, there can be quite a lot of variation in the damage too, so definitely the white weapons and the legendary weapons, don't leave any of them behind if you can help it. I got sidetracked, but basically the point of all this is, don't do what I did and waste your reroll materials by re-rolling the damage before you re-roll the sockets. Like as you saw, by changing the slots and the socket. So if you change the sockets themselves, it's going to change the damage, available damage here, and then if you change the cores within the sockets, that's also going to change the damage. So make sure you sort out your sockets and your cores down the bottom before you start messing with all your other stats up here, the damage, fire rate, clip and critical chance, because that's what I did, like really stupid, you know, but I didn't know. I was I was doing the damage. I spent loads of stock metal getting good damage, and then I changed the sockets and all the cores, and obviously that put the damage up. So all that re-roll in the damage I'd just done was a complete waste. So then before you're gonna start upgrading and using all of your re-roll materials and changing up the damage and stuff, try to hold back on that if you want to save your stuff. I mean, if you don't care about, you know, throwing your re-roll materials around, then don't worry about it. But if you want to keep them, because you never know when you're gonna find a better weapon, you know, maybe the weapon that you found has only got 10 sockets, and then you spend all of your reroll materials you know, getting it just right, getting the clip size right, getting the critical chance how you want it, the damage is the most you can get, and then you drop, you know, an 11 slot weapon, exactly the same, but it's got 11 slots instead. You're gonna feel, you know, it's gonna suck, because you're not gonna have any stuff, any resources to then customize this new weapon with 11 slots, which is better. So, you know, you do want to upgrade your weapons, but you don't, you know, you want to be saving your stuff as well. So that's the challenge, right? You gotta try and find the balance. But once you found a weapon and you're sure, you know, this is the one, it's got 12 sockets, this is the perk I want, and you've saved up all your reroll materials and all your cores, then you're gonna have a good time, because you can customize. Weapon customization in this game is like, you can change everything, as you can see. And on the shotgun, for instance, this is why I'm showing you the shotgun, because if you can see here, clip size, I specifically want 7 shots in my shotgun, just because from other games and you know, I've got 7 in my head. I've got the 7 count in my head, so when it's all crazy and I'm blasting away my shotgun, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 need to reload. You know, like, my brain just knows it's time to reload after I hear those 7 shots. So the one yellow lets me get that. Having the one yellow socket there is where I get the 7 from, and then the blue one, I would, you know, maybe a little bit more fire rate would be nice, but on a shotgun I think you want as much damage as you can get. I also wanted a little bit of crit, because you can see there the critical chance. If I have the 2 prismatic cores, the 2 white ones, it takes the critical chance to 20%, which is a 1 in 5 shot. So if you've got 7 shots in your shotgun and 1 in 5 of them's going to be a crit, then, you know, that's great. Every time I reload, I'm gonna get a crit before I have to reload again. So that's pretty sweet. Like, depending on what weapon you want, obviously, and everyone's gonna be different in their tastes, you can change up everything on the gun. Like, you can literally create your perfect weapon, which is going to be the name of this video. Just trying to think, is there anything I've forgotten? I know I forgot to mention in my last video, just because it didn't occur to me. Like, it's pretty. I picked this up. I'm not the quickest, sharpest knife in the drawer, but I figured this out for myself on day one. So, you know, I didn't feel the need to include it in the video. But to get your level 6 cores, which are going to be the ones you want, you just need to combine your lower level ones. Most of the time you're going to be picking up 2s and 1s from arc ships. You can, if you get rewarded chest rewards from the arc ships, you're going to get 4s. But yeah, you just go to them, press X to combine, and you use 3 of one to make 1 of the next level. So as you can see here, we're going to be taking some of those 3s, and then we've got 4 level 4s. So if I press it once, it uses 3 of them and gives me a level 5. You know, it's pretty simple stuff, but you're gonna feel like you've got a lot of cores, and then when you go to upgrade your weapons, you're gonna want the level 6s, and you're gonna come in here and do this a few times and think, yeah, I'm gonna have enough level 6s, no problem. But using 3 every time all the way up the chain to level 6, it uses up a lot. So just bear that in mind. Like I've said countless times, you know, those cores, you're gonna you're gonna be grinding. That's gonna be the grind in this game, is getting enough cores to upgrade everything. But that's the fun, right? That's the game. So yeah. So in summary, I suppose that's it. You get your ingredients. So your weapon, your reroll materials, and your cores, and then make sure before you use all your reroll materials that this is the weapon you want, and you're good to go. 12 slots seems to be the maximum, so look for those. Look for the 12 slot guns, and yeah, have fun, guys. Enjoy Alienation, and I'll catch you in the next one.